Welcome back to Attingham Park for episode 4 in the Origins of Feldcorp. Oh, that's brilliant, Dave. Oh, thanks, mate. Bye-bye. Oh, hello, everyone. So, yeah, I was just on the phone with an old mate of mine, Dave. He's a lovely guy, known him forever. He's very good with numbers, too. Got a good sort of business head on his shoulders. He was just giving us a little bit of advice there on some directions, some things to do, steps to take, stuff to look out for, you know, all that sort of good stuff. Right now you find us just completing a contract here for Justine, I believe it was. Now I had misunderstood the contract. I didn't realise it was potatoes when I picked it up, so we had to actually rent a potato seeder for this, but I figured that wasn't too big of a problem. Now, as you can see, the money's gone up quite a bit there. We're up to 56 grand, and it's just rolled over 9 o'clock there. So yeah, we're day 4 mid-spring now. But yeah, so we should be finishing this contract shortly. And one of the reasons I was talking to Dave was to get some advice on sort of how to proceed and sort of on the business end of things. And something he said to do was obviously, you know, get some land and get ourselves set up as best we can. Oh, lovely, there we go. Yeah, get set up as best as we can with some like a constant stream of revenue, if you will. Yeah, sort of income coming in case we need to get like a bank loan for anything. Then we'll have like sort of collateral and like sort of income source and all that sort of thing to back us up with. So one of the things we are going to do, it's kind of handy this was a potato contract after all that, because I don't think we can unload this, unfortunately. It doesn't seem to let us, but yeah, one of the things we were going to do with that small field we had was put potatoes in. So we'll have to buy a potato seeder, but obviously we've got plenty of cash for that. Now this field here also belongs to Justine, and we were having a chat with her earlier on while we were doing this contract, and she's actually looking to sell this piece of land, which is brilliant, because you know, obviously it's a long thin field, but it's going to be pretty good for us as another sort of addendum, or not addendum, addition, that's the word I'm looking for. Because yeah, we got this tiny little field down here, 47, which isn't going to get much, even with like potatoes. And this one, 44, it's not going to get a great deal either, but if we hop over to it here, it's only 13 grand. That's all Justine's looking for it. So we're going to actually buy that. Yeah, that's what I was checking over with Dave, if he thought that would be a good idea, like a good investment for sort of get a business up and running, and he said yes. You know, it's not the best field in the world, you know, because it's all 100% silty clay, so the expected yield's going to be a bit down. But if what we're doing is going to be like potatoes and stuff, then you know it's a good enough investment. So we're going to get that. And one of the other things that David suggested was to look into getting some equipment. Now down the end of this field it sort of flattens out a little bit towards this end, so what I'm thinking of doing is popping in a couple of sheds, or not so much sheds, but one or two sort of overhang things, because what we're looking at doing is picking up, if I can find it here we go, we could get a potato washer and a potato sorter. Now, if we're only going to be doing sort of a small scale couple of little potato fields, then something like this would be perfect for us. Now, the way this works from what I understand is you pop the old potatoes in one end and water, and it washes them all and then pops them out the other side. So we're going to pop one of these somewhere sort of along this end eventually at some point. And so we'll get sort of something in around about there. Obviously we'll take a better look at this later on when we're ready. And then the potato sorter, that's just a diddy little tiny thing, which I think has yeah, it's got a trigger at either end. So we're going to probably put that sort of facing sideways, probably that that way sort of thing. So then we can just dump stuff into it on one end with a bucket and take it out on the other side. So yeah, we're looking at putting them around about down here somewhere in this corner, which then means we'd have to get a shed to pop around it, but that's going to be just over 20 grand for those two. And sheds wise, if I can find the one I'm thinking of, let's see. Okay, I was thinking of possibly this one, the old Shed 2 provided to us by the GBModding Corporation. That doesn't look too bad. And as cheap as it is, we might consider getting two of these. Sort of pop one in there, sort of thing. Sort of up against the hedge there a little bit. And then I don't think we could get a second one next to it like that, but we could potentially put one like that in the corner. And we'd lose a little bit of the field, granted, but we'd have a bit of cover over here. We could maybe put a couple of those. One or two potato sorters, depends on what we're going to do about it. So we could put those in there, and that won't cost us too much in the long run, I don't think. And obviously that'll keep our equipment under cover and give us a solid base if like any snow comes down, that sort of thing. So it's either two of those or this one, or this one. And this is another bale shed type thing, and now that would extend just the basically the width of the field. And I kind of like that one too. I mean, it would be effectively the same price as getting two of them, but it wouldn't cover quite as it doesn't take out as much of the field, but we'd kind of have I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. So we've got a couple of bale shed type options there. I mean, ironically, this one would be ideal, because if I turn it around, we could sort of plonk that in there somewhere, and then maybe have the potato sorter outside under this sort of awning thing out here, and potentially on the inside put one of the potato sorters. So there's some potential for that. Obviously, that eats up quite a bit of the field, sort of relatively speaking. I mean, it's not a big field anyway, but that take up quite a bit of room. But it is, the other downside of it is it's quite expensive at the moment. It's 25 grand. And the other thing we're also going to need is storage for the potatoes, which there's a couple of options here, which we've been is now I did actually have to modify these originally so they accept the global company potato products. But we got these sellers for 55 grand, or this small potato seller, which is only holds 30,000 and it's 15 grand. So it sort of swings and roundabouts. We could pop a couple of these down because they're not the biggest of footprints. We could sneak a couple of them in somewhere maybe. Depending on what we're going to do, because they're actually fairly small, so we could get one or two of those in here. But it all depends. We'll see about that later on. But for now, so we got this piece of land. So what we're going to have to do is get our tractor over and start on the cultivating side of things. If I just run back up here to the withered carrots was in this. Get back into this old tractor. what we'll have to do is take this back up to the store and pick up. Well, for one thing, we'll have to get a car up there. Oops, this is where we go out. Yeah, the car is off in the distance. Let me pop the drone out quick, see if you can see it from here. Oh yeah, you can just see the car over there in the distance. It's got a small flatbed trailer on it. Yeah, we had to buy a few other odds and ends basically, but that's got a flatbed trailer on it with some spare potatoes that we use for this contract. So I'm going to see about getting this back to the farm, back to the shop rather. In fact, the way we brought it down, because it is a bit wide and it doesn't fold, the way we got this down was to come through one of the farms just up here, and then we crossed the ford over the river. So let's actually drive around this way and just see what's going on. But yeah, so we bought a few little things here and there, and we got the got an attachment for the tractor that we were talking about last time. Yes, we got the bale trailer here. Not bale trailer, this little flatbed with some seed pallet or potato pallets on it specifically. So yeah, we'll have to pick that up, get our tractor, buy a seeder, bring the cultivator along, and have a crack at that field. And yeah, we shall deliver. Oh dear, nobody saw that. Nobody saw me smack into that hedge. It's a hedge. It should have had more give than that. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to head back up to the shop with this, drop this back off for Justine, and we'll get our tractor and everything sorted out and be back down here in a little while. Alright, here we are back up at the store now. So we're just going to go ahead and cash out those few contracts that we've had. Yep, there we go, that's potatoes, and those are 2 cultivating jobs we did last night as well. Oh, weeding, interesting job. Don't see that too much around. And we got a couple more sowing jobs available. Potentially might pick up some of them. There's also a fertilising job here for Kenneth. That might be one to pick up as well. Let's see if he'll let us borrow the items for that. For some reason we can't borrow those items. How very peculiar. Interesting. Oh well, we'll check on that again later on. But yeah, so here we are up at the store. We've now got a little bit of money. So, let's see, what can we do? Obviously we're going to need to probably leave this. Oh, this is the little forklift back unit that we've got. It's pretty decent, you know, it works fairly well. Yeah, we managed to lift the pallets up onto this, and we can adjust the end of it, or the sort of tool section of it here too. It's got either built-in pallet forks like we got on here, or a bale spike, or a front loader attachment, which could come in very handy. So we may look at actually getting that one and using that as well. But for now, we are going to need a little bit of potato equipment. So let's see. Have a look. Oh, actually, let's have a look at the classifieds while we're here. See what is on offer. Yeah, got a nice new tractor there, T6. A couple of old Fortschritt trailers. Yeah, not bad. Oh, hello. A Class Arian. Now that might be a little bit of a reach this early on. But, yeah, that's something to think about. Because, I mean, that's 56 grand. I mean, we can afford that at the moment after that potato contract. I'm pretty sure this is a small tractor. And it does... It's 90 horsepower at the moment, so it's the same as what we've got, effectively. But it does go up to 140, which isn't bad. Oh, it's got a front loader attachment as well. Obviously we'd have to buy a front loader for it after the fact there. That is actually tempting. Yeah, I mean that would be 80 grand, or 81 grand brand new with the big engine in it. But 56 grand, well, if we got the front loader as well. Not that we need a front loader at the moment, but
Yeah, that's got a little bit of potential. I'll have to ponder on that one. Next thing, let's have a look at the tools and see what we got in here. So, header for a class combine. And a big fancy cultivator thing. Yeah. Ooh, they have a weight for sale. Now, that's it. We might actually consider grabbing that. Not that it really matters that it's for sale, but hello, what's this? Oh, I think this is an attachment for the Bednar press pack system thing. It like hooks on the back of a plough unit or subsoiler or something. I think that's what that's for. Although it does say it runs at 60 horsepower, so that could be tempting. But yeah, I think for now, let's have a look. And it's kind of a big weight, that. I know it goes up to, yeah, 1150 kilos. That's tempting, because I think what we need to do is get a little bit of weight on the front of our tractor. So I mean, that's actually not expensive, brand new even. But so I know one thing we will need to get is the front lifter pack thing. So let me find that. Ah, here it is. Front lifter, and does it have an old Fent colour? It's got a Fent colour. Let's have a quick look at our tractor, see what the yeah, it's kind of a dirty black undercarriage thing, so we may just get that as standard, I think, for now. So that was, I think front lifter was what it was called. Yes, front lifter. There we go. Yeah, we'll just get it in that colour for now. That's 2500. And a weight. Let's see. I mean, we don't want anything too massive, but if we can get something that's adjustable, maybe. Or just fairly small. That's kind of chunky, that one. Yeah, I mean, we could get the old barrel weight. That's always a good one. Oh, we got this one. Oh, that's got big or massive. I don't think we need that. I mean, that one does have potential. I just have a feeling it might be a bit big for this tractor. Let's see if we've got anything slightly older looking. Or more fitting, I should say. Yeah, that's a smaller one. That might do. I don't think we got much else. I mean, that's a massive Fent weight though. And this is the point where I find out we don't actually have a Fent, isn't it? That, I guess, is a 900 kilo weight, something like that. Yeah. You know, I kind of like that little small one, so we'll get this. And it comes in a wide assortment of colours. So look at that. Ooh, a Fent Classic one. Ah, why not? Let's get it in there. Okay. Oh, and forgot to get the potato equipment as well, didn't I? Let's see here. Potatoes. Ah, potato technology. So the one I was looking at for that is probably this one. Yeah, it's a fairly cheap, small, old-fashioned thing. Yeah, let's get a green and yellow one just for fun. Okay, that's a 300 litre capacity. Now, we are not going to need this forklift for now, so what I'm going to do is just pop this over here in the corner, so that if we need it next time, we can maybe pop up and grab it or something. So, let's just drop it off here. Oh, helps if I take the hoses off, doesn't it? There we go. Now, I was having some trouble with that earlier where it wouldn't actually release for some reason, and I'm not sure why. But for whatever reason it's working now. Okay, cool. We really need to give this thing a wash, don't we? It is quite the grubby little tractor. Okay, let's pop that on. Raise that up. There we go. Now, I mean, it kind of makes this thing a little bit long, but sadly it doesn't come with any front weights of its own, which was mildly... what do you call it? Any hoses or anything with this? No. Yeah, it's mildly annoying that it doesn't have its own sort of built-in weights. I know we don't want seeds, we want potatoes. Okay. Okay, it auto-filled. Interesting. Was not expecting that, but okay. Just wondering, I don't think we can unload. No, we can't unload this. Okay. Well, in that case, that's a good thing. Well, let's zip on down to the field, to our first little field here, and grab the... well, we'll do the seeding, do the potato planting, and then head up to the new field that we've acquired, and see about getting that cultivated. And when we get down there, we may look at the contracts and the other things again too, just to see what's available. Because if there's anything good, then yeah, we may pick up one of those, what do you call it, ones, the fertilising ones. They seem like they might be pretty lucrative to get. And if we can get one of them quick enough, that class might still be available. And it is one of them things where I kind of don't want to... I mean, you know, we're making money off these contracts, which is good. We're getting our name out with the locals around, particularly in this sort of corner of the area, you know, with Kenneth and Justine and some of the others that have these fields here. So that's a good thing. You know, the more we can help them, then the more they'll help us in the future, hopefully. And we'll see how we go. But you know, it never hurts to get a good tractor if we can get one. And I mean, we can always flog this one as well. I mean, we won't get much for it. I mean, we haven't really used it yet either. It's kind of the thing. But yeah, we'll get back down to the field and we'll start having a go at some potato planting of our own. Get our little Spud Empire started. Maybe we'll be the Spud Kings of Atcham. And, anyway, I shall continue on and see you all presently. Okay, here we are now, back at the farm here. Well, part of the farm. Sort of. Small field, shed, greenhouse. But just as we were pulling in, we did get a phone call from Mrs. Holland up at the post office and shop. And she wanted to let us know that we should check out the classifieds, because there might be something in there that could be interesting to us. So just before we get started on this, let's have a look. See, was it in... I don't think it was this. I think it was in... Yeah, no, it was in the... this one here. Oh, hello. 18 grand. Let's have a look at this. A Mercedes. Now, that's a fairly short wheelbase tractor, I think. It's only 75 horsepower at the moment. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, hang on, pressing all the wrong buttons here. We can go up to a front hydraulic, and it's got front weight options, so that's good. Interesting. And I know it's got a bunch of tyres, because I've seen these. It's got narrows, for one thing. Wides, less wides, proper narrows. Twin care wheels, that's interesting. Okay, what else have we got? Mitas. Nice chunky Mitas, those are pretty cool. Michelin, what do we have here? Oh, it's got little diddy wheels. Those are adorable. That's kind of tempting now. Little diddy wheels. They're slightly big. Now it says those are narrows too, but they don't look especially narrow. they're just a bit smaller, but they may count as care wheels. I have to have a stop doing that, controller. Yeah, we can change. Oh yeah, we can change the colour of everything too. That's what that's for. Let's see, where else are we? No, not that. Oh, engine. Now I'm pretty sure this. Yeah, this does take a front loader, so that's good. And it takes the cheap old front loader as well. Okay, I think we're going to get this. I do. Oh, engine, that was the thing. So we've got 75, 80, which, oh yeah, front of it changed, and the back as well. 85, 90, 115, okay. Or 125. Oh, it goes all the way up to 135, okay. That's not half bad. Let's see, what's 115 might not be bad. That puts it up to 30. Well, I mean, we don't need to pay that much at the moment. I mean, if we get that at 90 horsepower, that's nice. I kind of like that. Let's check it. Oh yeah, we don't want those wheels either. Yeah, we could get the little diddy wheels for 15. Yeah, okay. I mean, we're up to 24 grand at the moment. I mean, if we just switch back to, does it have, oh, it's Trelleborg standards, that's nothing. I mean, that only drops it down to 23 grand, I suppose, but, yeah, see, those narrows are only a grand, but they're not as cute as the other ones. Oh dear, and I'd imagine it's going to increase the cost quite a bit to change the colour. 300, no, don't purchase it. No, don't lease it. Don't do any of these things. It's just, oh yeah, that's where it costs a lot if you change the body colour. Okay, so that you know, I think we are going to get this. Do we want the Michelin Diddy wheels on it? I think we'll hold off on that. We'll just get the standard Trelleborgs. But yeah, we are going to get that at the. It's 3 grand for the front hydraulic if we need that at some point. And by rights, the decals should be the used ones since it is used. I have a feeling if we change the colour to the. Okay, used doesn't cost anything there. Neither does that. And neither does that. Okay, yeah, we are getting a used tractor, so we shall have the used colours. It doesn't change the price, obviously. Yeah, we got the 90 horsepower option on it there. Comes with lights. And extensions. I'm not sure what the extensions are. Oh, they're on the back, I think. No? Oh, it's wheel arch extensions. Okay. Ah, there you go. We don't have anything wide on it, but yeah, let's stick with that. We don't need the front loader yet because we've got the other thing, so we'll keep it like that. And this little tray on the back, I think you can put a weight in as well. But we'll worry about that later. So yeah, we are going to pick that up. 23 grand, up to 135, I think it was. Oh, nice. Let's just see how. Oh, stop changing the decals. Where are we? It's just, yeah, I don't think we can buy another used one now. No, not that we'd want one, but yeah, when it goes up to 135 horsepower. That's not bad for a diddy little tractor like that. Thank you, Mrs. Holland. Well, there you go. Okay, but anyway, let us continue on with this. See if we can get some potatoes in the ground. And it seems like we are planting. Let's pop the old drone out and have a look. Yeah, I'm not quite going up to there we go. We're just catching the edge there. Oh, lovely. And you know, one thing I kind of want to do too is see if the town council will let us take a little patch of this wall out and pop a gate in just there. Because to get into this field, we really have to go all the way around the houses. Like, literally all around the houses. Around the back of the grocery store, all the shops, the bakery, and I think it's a bakery that's just here. And yeah, it literally we just basically go around the houses to get here. So it would be nice if we can get that little, like a tiny spot of wall knocked out, and maybe pop a gate in there. I think that would be really handy. Now, this tiny field, it's very tiny. Let's line it up on this view. I think that's going okay. I'm glad we got that little weight on the front, because I think that is helping. I mean, this thing goes at a fair old clip, so that's nice. Oh, missed a bit there. Back it up and reposition. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it might be a little bit easier to see this on the drone again. There we go. But yeah, I think if they'll let us, we could just clear out a few of these bushes and pop just a small gate, because it's not like we're going to need to get massive equipment in and out of this field or this area, but they might let us actually do that, and that would be really handy, because if they do, then you know, obviously we can come and go a little bit easier. There's not going to be a shortcut for anyone to like get to the housing estate or anything, or around the back here. We'll keep it locked. Just use it when and as we need, and see how it goes. But yeah, I'm well pleased with that new tractor as well. I hadn't expected to be picking up one of them anytime soon. You know, I'm still kind of tempted by that class because it's a newer tractor, but I mean we don't need it at the moment. And if we can just keep on building up, doing what we're doing, then I think that's going to be the better option for now. You know, just keep on plugging away at it and see how we go. You know, if we can build up some money from the contracts and stuff, then maybe we can look at getting some of our own equipment to actually do those contracts with. You know, at that point, a bigger tractor would be handy. But I think before we do that, we're going to need to buy a bigger yard of some sort too, because you know we don't have a lot of space for anything really. I think we got this whole end, didn't we? Yeah, we might have missed a little bit. Yeah, see if we can get this very far edge, just to make sure. Back up a bit, get straight. We don't want any wonky lines in here. I think we are right on the edge. I think it's good. Yeah. Oh, there might have been a tiny patch there. Okay, you know, I totally forgot to actually check the seasons menu either. That was not smart. Potatoes. Oh, we're still in the planting window for potatoes, that's good. And they come up beginning of autumn as well, so that's nice. Cool, okay. Well, what we are going to do now, if I can drive correctly, we are going to just reverse back up here and see if we can't drop this little potato seeder planter thing on the back of this tractor. You're not going to auto refill, are you? No. Okay. Oh, now if I actually was smart about it, I could put the ramps down and get up that way. Okay, let's hop into the car. Let's leave the straps on. Pop the ramps down. Get those set in place. Lovely. Okay, so I'm back in this. And just back up a little bit. See if we can. Oh, well, it's auto-filled again. That's handy, I suppose. Now, are you going to actually stay on there? That's the question. I don't think it is, but I don't think it'll strap down either. Well, we shall see. Okay, and the other thing we are going to need, obviously, is our little cultivator. So we should grab that and head over to the other field. So, on that note, we shall lift it up. Don't want to go and plough anything. But yeah, that's nice. We do need to look at some fertilising technology as well, see what we can get for this. Either just a small little sprayer we can run on the back of that, or maybe something slightly bigger for the other thing. The what's it called? The new tractor that we've got. Yeah, that could be a sensible thing to look at too, maybe. So we shall see. Anyway, I'll get the tractor on up there, and see you all again when we get to the next field. Alright, here we are up at our new field, field 44. So what we're going to do now is just go ahead and cultivate it out quick, and we're going to go all the way to the end, but before we plant it we'll have a look at maybe getting a couple of those sheds in, and potentially that potato washing equipment. We'll see how it looks after we get the sheds in, because you know they'll have to most likely smooth off the ground a bit, maybe pour some concrete or something. I'm not quite sure what they'll need to do for the sheds, but we'll get this all at least cultivated out, and then have a look and see what our options are there, because if I could actually cultivate all of it, that'd be lovely. Let's catch that. Smashing, there we go. Come on, little tractor. You can do it. Yes, you can. Yeah, this thing's perfect for these little fields now. That's not going to be too bad at all. But yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll see about at least putting in a couple of sheds down there, because we don't have to get the equipment yet, but I just need to remember that it's going to be about 20 grand, just over 20 grand for the two bits and bobs that we were going to need to wash and sort the potatoes. And the reason we were driving all over the place, the reason I was driving all over the place is because I wasn't watching. No, the reason we're thinking about that, let me just pop it on cruise control here. If we look at the prices, regular potatoes are potentially £330 per thousand, but down here washed potatoes can go up to like £430, and the sorted potatoes are well sorted. They're 740. Ooh, almost hit the bush. Yeah, they're like 740 per tonne, or per 1,000 litres. I think that's a tonne these days. But yeah, so I mean that's basically slightly more than double. So that's going to be kind of worth doing. And you know, if we get enough potatoes, even just out of these small fields, then a little bit of legwork just to you know, like get a bucket for it, just to shift them over, pop them into the oh, I missed a bit there. Yeah, just to, you know, sort of get a bucket going back and forth here, popping them into the sorter and the washer and stuff. Yeah, I think that I missed a bit again. I think that would work great. You know, it wouldn't be too big of a job, and we'd get double the money. You know, and a little field like this, that'll probably get us, ooh, I don't know, maybe 10,000 litres of spuds. I mean, potatoes grow like nobody's business. You know, we all know the yield on potatoes is pretty extreme. Yeah, that's why we don't do it on the big fields quite so much, because, I mean, if you want a lot of potatoes, then, or root crops in general, really, then yeah, those big fields, you'll get an absolute ton. It did occur to me as well, I was just thinking, what we don't have is any way, I mean we don't have a fertiliser yet, but I've got an idea for that. So I think the new tractor we bought has a an option for a tank that clips onto the back section of it. So that will be very, very handy. And then we could pick up a cheap little thing. Maybe a not quite so cheap little thing. We'll see. But the other thing is, you know, in order to fertilise, we really need to know what kind of soil type we got here. And we don't. So, I mean, we can play it by ear for now. But if we're going to buy one of those fancy new sensors they have at the store, that's going to be 17 to 20 grand, I think, depending on what option we get. I know there are some that you can actually run along on the tractor as you're driving, which may not be a bad idea. You know, since we're doing spuds though, we could just take a bit of a... Oops, Mr. Patch. We could just take a bit of a punt on it and have a go at just fertilising somewhat. Because, you know, again, it's potatoes. You're going to get a lot, pretty much, whatever. So, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we shall carry on doing this. Maybe pop off a couple of contracts as well, and see how that goes. Because I know Anthony and Kenneth wanted their fields done, fertilised, and I think Justine will probably want hers done as well, if she's not done them already. But you know, if we can get a little bit of extra work out of those guys while it's available, then I mean, why not? You know, there may have been a couple of other seeding jobs on also. But yeah. So I shall finish this quick, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, well, we finished that job, and we parked up the tractor here for a minute. We are getting a tiny bit low on fuel, so we may have to run down to the petrol station in a minute. But we had some guys with flat packs and trailers and stuff come out, because we now have some stuff. So we've got our global company potato washer here, a nice little shed with some trees poking through, but that'd be okay. Yeah, it's a shed pack from GBModding, who is also the creator of this fantastic map. But yeah, so global company potato washer, and then we've got a potato sorter over here, all undercover, so if anything goes bad in the winter, we are good. And we've still got a fair bit of field left. So what I'm going to do now, and oh yeah, and obviously we've got the roadway through here is still in fairly good shape, so that's good. But yeah, so what we are going to do now, we've got a couple of contracts on the go here. Let me find those. Yeah, we're doing some work for Kenneth and Justine again. Since we've been working for them before, they called us up and said they got some fertilising jobs on the go, so we shall continue on with those later on. For now, we are going to drop off the cultivator somewhere and go and get some more diesel for this. Diesel? Yeah, I think it runs on diesel. Yeah, we're going to run off and get some fuel for this little tractor before it expires. And in fact, yeah, I think what we're going to do is leave this here, grab the car, and turn that off. We'll disconnect the trailer here, leave that down here, jump up in the air for no reason, and take the old car, the old Fiat Uno, and just back out here, run up to the shop, and grab a couple of cans of diesel, because this could probably use a bit as well. But I figure this will be quicker than trying to get the tractor up and back. But yeah, on that note, let this car go by first. Please don't hit me. Thank you. And we are off. Yeah, so if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like. Hit the old subscribe button there too if you haven't. And you know, feel free to leave a comment. They're always welcomed. And sharing of this video would be greatly appreciated. And with that, I shall say farewell, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope we'll see you next time. Alright, cheerio.